Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this cute slimline card. So for this card I have the Tulip Aperture Slimline die, and then I'm also going to be using the Slimline Scalloped Trio nesting die. So this is some watercolour card because I'm just going to trim this piece of card down, and then I'm going to be using my Distress Oxide inks to do a watercolour background. So I've just got some plain water and I'm going over the watercolour card with my paintbrush. So I haven't added any colour to that paintbrush whatsoever, and I've done this so when I apply my Distress inks they will blend really lovely. So I've just got an acrylic stamp block, so I'm just using that to add the inks, and then I'm adding a little bit of water, and then I'm going to start off with some Wilted Violet, which is a really nice purple colour, and I'm just bringing that down and blending it back up onto the top piece of the card. And then I'm going in with some tumbled glass. I'm just using a wipe to clean the acrylic block first, and then I'm going ahead and stamping down that second colour, adding a little bit of water and doing exactly the same thing. I'm just blending it back down to the bottom of the card and then back up again. And then I do have a light pink ink, but this didn't show up very well on camera, so I did try and give it a go. It's very pretty, but it's super light when it's added with the water, so I thought I'd just go ahead and use a nice yellow colour. So that's Mustard Seed, and I'm much more happier with this result. So to speed up the drying process, I've got my heat gun and I'm just applying this over that watercolour background. So now I have the Slimline Scalloped Trio Circle Nesting dies, and I'm using the smallest size rectangle. I'm just securing that down with some washi tape, and then I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine, and then once that's been die cut I will then go ahead and die cut the Tulip Aperture die. I find it easier doing them separately, but of course you can secure them down together if you want to. So this die will cut out 3 tulips for you. You can see how pretty they look, and you can also save the die cut pieces for another card. And then going back to the slimline die, I'm using the second size down, and I've just gone ahead and used a light pink card just to die cut that. And now I have a piece of acetate, so we're moving on to the shaker part now. So I've just trimmed down the acetate piece so that it fits nicely behind that piece of card, and I use some PVA glue to secure that down. And next I have this foam tape, so I've just rolled that in half so it's double the thickness, and then I'm just going ahead and trimming this down with some scissors. This will give it some more bulk than the regular pads because it's double the thickness, so the sequins will be able to move much more nicely. So I'm just trimming each piece down, and then because I'm having 3 different sets of sequins, I'm putting some tape in between them tulips and at the edges as well. I'm then going to go ahead and adhere that pink card onto my card base. So I've just got PVA glue for this. I find it so much easier using the PVA glue than double-sided tape, especially with the slimline card bases. So next I have some sequins, so I'm just popping these onto that piece of card, and I'm using different sequins and different colours, and then once they're placed there I can then pick up that shaker part that you can see. I'm just removing the backing of the foam tape, and then I'm going to be placing this straight onto the card. So that's the shaker part complete. So next I'm moving on to the stamps. So I'm using the Lucky Ducks clear stamp set, and to stamp with I have the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I love this stamp set, them ducks are just so cute. So this little border I've actually stamped 3 times because it's going along the bottom of the card, and then I'm going to be using my Copic markers just to colour the images in. and I'm going to be showing you how I coloured in one of the ducks and then show you how I made the rest of the card. So for my duck I've used Y35, Y32 for the main body parts, so I've gone in with the darkest colour first and then the lightest. And then for his little beak and feet, I've used Y17 and Y38, and then I used R20 just to give him a little blush, and I've used my white gel highlighter pen just to add in a couple of dots on his cheek. And I think he looks really cute. So once all my colouring's done, I have the coordinating dies, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop them over my images, and then I always secure my dies down with some washi tape to stop them slipping before I run them through my die cutting machine. So now all my little pieces are cut. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just adding them little borders. These are so sweet. I love the little butterfly that it has and the flowers, so I'm just adhering them to the bottom of my card. And then for my two little ducks, I'm just going to pop on some foam pads underneath them just to give them a little bit of dimension. Everything else I've used my PVA glue to adhere down, and then once everything's been adhered down I will be moving on to the sentiment. So we have these really lovely sentiment cards, and this is the Brighter Days sentiment cards. So I've just gone ahead and trimmed out that wishing you lots of luck, and then I thought it'd be cute to add a couple of the dragonflies that are on the stamp set. And then to finish my card off, I'm going to go ahead and just pop a couple of sequins onto my card, and that's the shaker card complete. So I loved how this turned out, and them ducks, they're just so adorable, they're so fun to colour, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye.